The increasing scale and frequency of military exercises undertaken by Russia means Vladimir Putin is actively preparing for war in Europe, a think tank has warned. Research that analyzed two recent large-scale exercises by Russia and NATO found that each side was training with most likely war plans in mind. But the report warned that NATO was unable to match the scale of those conducted by Moscowian Kearns, director of the London-based European Leadership Network, which conducted the study, said the war games are contributing to a climate of mistrust that have on occasion become the focal point for some quite close encounters between the NATO and Russian militaries. The research found signs that Russia is preparing for a conflict with NATO and NATO is preparing for a possible confrontation with Russia. The ELN study said NATO plans approximately 270 exercises this year, while Russia has announced 4,000 drills at all levels. The Russian exercise in March involved 80,000 personnel, while NATO's Allied Shield in June mobilized 15,000 people from 19 NATO countries and 3 partner states. The report states, whilst spokespeople may maintain that these operations are targeted against only hypothetical opponents, the nature and scale of the operations indicate otherwise. Relations between Russia and the West have been in a deep freeze since Russia's annexation of Crimea from Ukraine last year. Putin has been accused of supporting separatists in the conflict in Ukraine, which has so far claimed more than 7,000 lives. British warplanes are also currently stationed in the Baltic states and intercepting Russian planes flying on the fringes of the region's airspace. In one mission alone, UK Typhoons intercepted the staggering 10 Russian planes over Estonia. Russian jets have also carried out flights near UK airspace, leading to accusations of increasing acts of provocation by Moscow. Defense Secretary Michael Fallon said, "Russia is continuing to test NATO's resolve, but we have shown we are standing firm." The ELN study said the exercises showed what each side views as its most vulnerable points. For NATO, it's Poland and the Baltic states, while for Russia, concerns are more numerous and include the Arctic, Crimea and border areas with NATO members Estonia and Latvia. The ELN has formulated a few ideas to defuse tensions, including for governments to examine the need for more restraint in the size and scenarios of future exercises. History is full of examples of leaders who think they can keep control of events, and events have a habit of taking on a momentum and dynamic of their own, said Kearns. While there were many similar characteristics between exercises, including preparing for the rapid mobilization of troops, there was a notable difference in scale. The report stated, while the particular Russian exercise we analyzed relied heavily on elite formations such as airborne troops, the ability of the Russian armed forces to mobilize thousands of conscripts inevitably results in exercises of a size that the smaller, predominantly professional armed forces of NATO countries simply cannot match.